EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for January 17th, 2019. A lot to talk about in this video like we have been doing for the past couple of days, because we have not just one but two systems to talk about. The first one is coming in tonight, and we have a map call out on weather alerts for that system. It is going to be a weaker system. The second one will not be. The second one is going to be quite large and quite impactful, and might even require Godzilla to come out on the Facebook page today, folks. And maybe not just for extensive snow. There will be a lot of snow in some areas, but there's also going to be extensive icing, severe icing, in fact, in some areas, and we're going to discuss that here in the video. But here is that first wave. Now, all week we've been showing this wave here coming in, and it was kind of staying intact coming toward us. So if you noticed, our first call map was more in the line of 1 to 3, 2 to 4 inch type ranges. Now we kind of backed off to 1 to 2. And that's because this system is coming eastward, will not stay intact. It looks like it's going to kind of shear itself apart as it moves east, and it is still going to produce 1 to 2 inches of snow overnight, and it may cause some delays here in the morning. But this doesn't look like a real big deal like it did a couple days ago. So it moves through, and it's done actually by early in the morning on Friday. Might even be pre-dawn. Actually, I'm starting to lean that way. That'll be a pre-dawn type of thing. Here's a look at the high-res NAM, the 3-kilometer NAM from this evening. This is the most recent run, and this is looking at 8 p.m. on Thursday. So we already have snow coming into our western areas at this point, and it's going to be pressing eastward. Just light snow at first. Might get a little period of maybe an hour or two within that is going to be moderate. But this is moving eastward. I'm moving this ahead 1 hour at a time. So here is 9 o'clock. Here is 10. Here is 11. Here is midnight. You can see at midnight, most of the areas under the influence of snow, except for far eastern New Jersey. The 32-degree line is still pretty far south. You might actually get some 1 to 2 inch accumulations all the way down to Philadelphia. It looked like it was marginal there before, but the NAM is insistent on temperatures being cold enough and supportive for snow. So that might be a change we have to make this morning. We'll see how that works out. But here's 1 o'clock in the morning. Here's 2. Here's the back edge moving through. Here's 3. Here is 4, just about out of eastern Pennsylvania. And then by 5, just before sunrise, just a few leftover light snow showers and flurries, and that's it. And that moves out of here. So all told, looking at about a general 1 to 2 inch area across the region. Might get 2 to 3 out here in central Pennsylvania, but I think further east, you're generally looking at 1 to 2 inches from this system overnight. First system's gone. That's the weak system. Second one is the one everybody's talking about and hyping the living crap out of. So, I mean, some of us for good reason. For some areas it is. Other areas are like, more rain. Okay, and that's going to be for our southeastern areas. No chance, I don't think, for the coastal areas along and southeast of I-95. Northwest of there, we're going to have some issues. Big issues, all right? And all the models are kind of trending in this direction, so I'm going to show you one of them to give you a general idea of what's going on. First, I'm going to show you just the precipitation, the 6-hour precipitation map here off this map, and then I'm going to show you a precipitation type breakdown after that. So this is looking at, well, actually, let's go back here. This is later on Friday right here. Friday's actually going to turn a little bit milder after we have that snow move out. The sun's going to come out. We're going to have temperatures on either side of 40 degrees, it looks like. So it's going to turn a little bit milder here on later on Friday when that sun comes out. And then Saturday, we're going to have an increase in clouds. It's going to be colder on Saturday. And then the increase in clouds, and then it looks like the precipitation in the form of snow and a thump of snow at first is going to come in toward evening. It might start late afternoon in central PA and work its way eastward. And here's during the evening, and you get a really good thump of snow on the front end. So we're not concerned about, at this point, during Saturday evening, getting anything other than snow for the interior areas, and that's going to be northwest of I-95, probably a little bit further northwest of, won't include Philadelphia County and Delaware County and southeast PA. I think they're mostly rain out of this. Might have a little bit of icing or maybe very brief snow to start. I think you're going to have very brief snow, then a little bit of brief period of icing, then you go over to rain after that down in those areas. Same thing with much of New Jersey, except for northern New Jersey, of course. They're going to get hit hard there. Central New Jersey is kind of iffy. We still have to watch that area, but Delaware is all rain out of this too. Okay, and then we go a little bit further. You go to the next frame, and it's, wow, look at all that. That's a lot of precipitation in 6 hours. A lot. And this is liquid precipitation I'm showing you right here, but it's not falling in the form of liquid. I'm going to show you a different map here in a minute. 32-degree line, though. You look at the 32-degree line, and it's way down to the south like this, and you're thinking, oh, wow, we got a great chance at a big snowstorm here. Well, for some of you, yes. Others, not so much. It's going to be an ice storm. All right. The only saving grace is you're going to have the snow, the thump of snow on the front end. So you're kind of putting that freezing rain on top of snow as opposed to the bare ground. So that's a good thing. But we're going to have a tremendous amount of icing somewhere, just beneath that thermal gradient. I'm going to show you here in a second. And then as this system pulls away on Sunday morning, you're going to have a wraparound cold coming in here. This cold is going to mean business. Really is going to mean business. You're going to have temperatures in the 30s on Sunday morning. They're going to be rapidly falling all the way down to this low single digits in some places overnight, and it's going to get windy. And you're going to have some rain changing to snow on the back end before it ends. Not a big deal. Looks like maybe like another inch or so on the back end. Maybe somebody squeezes out 2. So the back end snow is not going to be a huge deal, but you are going to change the snow at the very end, and then you're going to get these rapidly crashing temperatures Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and overnight, and a flash freeze. So anything that had standing water all the way to the coast, all the way down here, it has all this rain. Guess what? That's turning any standing water or anything else on the roadways that is wet is going to be turning to ice, and rather quickly. So we do have flash freezes as a concern as this piston pulls away, and also some very gusty winds are going to go later Sunday afternoon, straight through the day on Monday. Look how tight these isobars are. Very windy conditions. Wind gusts over 40 miles per hour. The high temperature on Monday and will be in the teens across the entire region. Teens. It could be low teens. It could be high teens, north to south. But it's going to be in the teens regardless. And you're going to have single-digit lows. Looks like both Sunday night and Monday night. So very, very cold time there. And with the wind chill, you're going to be at least below 0, but maybe in the double digits below 0 in terms of wind chills on Monday. So very cold temperatures coming in. Now I want to break this down by a precipitation type. We're going to back this up a little bit to when this first comes in. See this first frame? Actually, here. See this first frame? You have this light stuff. That light stuff corresponds to this right here. It's snow in the interior all the way to Philadelphia. Okay? So you just light snow, but you have snow regardless. Either way, you have snow. Going to the next frame here, it starts to pick up, and you get this thump right here on the front end. Thump of snow for the interior. That corresponds to this image right here. Okay? And it's darker snow, so this is the darker blue, so this is heavy snow. And you can see you're mixing in Philadelphia right here in the middle, and your rain down here. This here is freezing rain. This is all heavy snow. So you're going to get a thump of snow in the interior, at least to start. Okay? And then we go to that next frame where it looked like, wow, you're getting smoked in snow because the 32-degree line is still to the south. Yes, it is, but this is what's concerning. Very heavy snow up here from State College, Selinsgrove, Williamsport, up to Scranton, Wilkes-Barre. Places like that are going to get smoked with heavy snow. This hot pink here in the middle, that's freezing rain, and a boatload of freezing rain. This would be, you know, like I said, we're going to probably be releasing the Godzilla on the page. We're doing Godzilla, even if this wasn't a heavy snow event, this would be Godzilla worthy in of itself. This is very significant icing and will cause widespread problems with power outages. I'm telling you right now, if this works out this way, this is horrible. Horrible. Heavy rain further south and east, but the 32-degree line here at this point is right here. Now you're saying to yourself, well, wait a minute, it's below 32. It's in the 20s here, right? It's 20 to 28, 29 degrees in this area, maybe 30. Why is it raining? Well, you go up to the next level above the surface. Between 5 and 10,000 feet above the surface, it's very warm. Temperatures are in the upper 30s and near 40 degrees. This isn't Celsius. Here's why you have these single digits here. This is Celsius. Negative is here, so it's below 32. Still snow up in these areas. Anything is above freezing here is falling through a very deep warm layer, and it's melting the snowflake as it falls through that, and it doesn't have time to refreeze before it's to the ground. So it hits the ground and then freezes, and you have freezing rain. And a boatload of it, because we have a lot of moisture with this system. There is a 1.5 to 2 inches of rain. If you melted everything down, snow and ice and everything else, and made it all rain, this is what you'd have. But it's not falling in that form. So because of that, that's why we're going to have these issues. So very next frame here after that, we do change over to snow on the back end as it pulls away. And then that goes all over the coast where they change over to snow. So you will have a changeover all over the coast as the cold air rushes in and those windy conditions move in. This is the most probable forecast right now. And I don't think it's going to change too much because most of the models are in agreement with this. I know people are sharing those snow maps with the European model, the the UK Met and everything else that has these outlandish snow maps that are counting freezing rain and sleet as part of snow and are incorrect. Now, up here in these areas, it is correct. State College, Williamsport, up to Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, that are showing those 12 to 18 inch plus amounts of snow, very, very likely. Okay, so that is not full of crap. Okay, but the icing in the middle, where it's showing that heavy snow, you will get a thump of snow on the front end, but it might be like 2 to 4, 3 to 6 inches of snow, and then you go over to about an inch of freezing rain, which is horrible. We don't want to see that. Hopefully that's not the case. We'll continue to iron this out in the next couple days. Again, we're going to be looking for a first call for the system later today on the weather alerts page. I know we have the system coming in tonight. It's not really a big deal, but I do want to get the information out here for the first call today if we can, as long as these models continue to hold and progress overnight. But just be careful what you're looking at with these snow maps, because they're a little deceiving. They might show snow, but when you really break it down and see what you're dealing with, and you see this is horrible. Hopefully we are not dealing with all this ice. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for January 17th, 2019. Have a great Thursday.